If you have flat feet and you're wondering which Nike shoes offer the best combination of cushioning and support, then this video is for you. The Nike Structure 26 has the ReactX foam throughout the whole midsole, which is the same midsole foam that we see in the Nike Vomero 18. So it's relatively bouncy, it's quite responsive overall. And then in contrast to that, in the Nike RN4, while it has the same ReactX midsole, it's a different blend of midsole, so it's much firmer overall, you don't sink into it as much, and it doesn't have that cloud-like response and sensation that we see in the Structure 26. And that changes how both shoes feel when you walk and when you run in them, in terms of the support and the responsiveness of the shoe, which we'll touch on later on in the video. But I just wanted to move up the shoe a little bit first and talk about the fit on top. So it's a true to size fit in the Structure 26, and it has a relatively wide toe box in the normal fit, and it comes in a wide version as well. In contrast to that, in the Infinity RN4, we've got a Flyknit mesh on top, so that wraps around your foot, and it's a little bit tight on the forefoot, so you can see that it tapers a lot more in the forefoot compared to the Structure 26, and therefore it's not ideal for those of you who have bunions or wider feet. It also has a much lower volume on the top as well, so you don't have that same amount of height, so any of you who want to put insoles inside the shoe, it's not an ideal option for that either. There is some more benefits to the shoe in terms of it's a little bit more breathable, especially in hotter climates compared to the Structure 26, which is a bit more plush on top. And when it comes to structure and support, for those of you with flat feet, we have contrasting elements of support in both of these shoes. So in the Structure 26, we've got a really large sidewall on the inside and on the outside of the shoe, which focuses on keeping you centered in the shoe as you move. So sidewalls come up, cradle your heel and your ankle, try and provide stability to help control those pronation moments, and can be especially helpful for those of you with a flatter foot. It doesn't provide direct arch support under the arch of your foot, so those of you who like more subtle forms of support without having that pressure underneath the arch, you'll really enjoy the Structure 26. In contrast to that, with the Infinity RN4, it has much more subtle forms of support, so it has much smaller sidewalls on the inside and the outside, but it does have a really broad-based support in the forefoot that keeps you centered as you go to push off. So less stability focus for those with flatter feet in the RN4, but that's not the only feature that influences how you feel or how controls your foot. It's also influenced by how the cushioning performs. So if you're walking in both of these shoes, I think you'll find that the RN4 feels quite bouncy and quite soft, but when you go to run in it, it's a much firmer feel, and it transitions a little bit slower from the back to the front. Whereas in the Structure 26, it feels a little bit firmer when you walk, but it's a bit more responsive when you run. So a bit of a contrast between both of them, and you've got a slightly higher drop in the Structure 26 with 10 mils versus 9 mils, and a heavier shoe in the Structure 26 with 353 grams at a size 9 men's US versus 316 grams in the RN4. But if you have any questions on them, drop in the comment section below. I'll leave links to them in the description if you want to check out the latest price on Amazon. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.